So I want to give you guys an honest assessment of Upwork and whether it's worth it to go ahead and create an account and invest, time into actually trying to earn money on this website. There's a lot of people, there's like videos all over YouTube and stuff like that about these digital nomads, people that earn money online. They don't have an actual job and they're not, constrained by having to be in the office, at 8 in the morning or 9 in the morning and leaving at 5 or 6. They're traveling around, they're on the beach, they're on their laptop earning money. And I always thought, yo, I wish I could do that, and then actually, okay, what, let's give it a real shot. Let's try and make money online and stuff like that. So anyway, I want to go over my experience and I want to give you guys an honest assessment of whether it's worth it to actually invest time into this, because time is money, and the only thing more valuable than money is time. No amount of money can buy you back time or buy you your health. I mean, you can go to the doctor, but anyway, you guys get the point. So anyway, this is meant to be an honest assessment of whether Upwork is worth it and whether you should invest into creating an account. Because look, you can go ahead and create an account. Guess what? Anybody in the world can go ahead and create an account, and you can even make it look good, and the information on it might be good, and you might be highly skilled and all of that. But it's going to take time and effort for you to actually start making some decent income on this website. Like anything else in life and in the world, if it's worth it, it's going to take some work. So anyway, before we even get started, I want to let you know what Upwork is all about. So Upwork is a website that connects freelancers, so people who have skills and they want to make money, with potential clients, business owners or just individuals who have something that needs to get done and they don't want to do it themselves because they don't know how to do it, or maybe they don't have time and it's more efficient for them to find somebody else to do it for them, or both. They want somebody who can do it better and they don't have time. So anyway, you go ahead, you create an account on Upwork, you put in your email address, your name and a password, and then you create your profile. It's important to have a good profile, to put in some good information and stuff like that. Upload your CV, put in a picture, all of that. Okay, that's all basic stuff. So we don't need to go into details into that. Now, look, is it actually worth it or not? First of all, it depends what your skill is. So, for example, when I created my account, I speak Arabic and I speak Dutch, right? And I do sales and I do content writing and stuff like that. So for me, when I applied, for example, for a job, a translation job for Arabic to English or vice versa, like this one here, we have some Arabic speaking job. It wasn't worth it. Why was it not worth it? Because there are more than 400 million Arabic speakers, and a lot of them, I live in an expensive country. And most of the 400 million Arabic speakers, they live in, whether it's in Egypt or Morocco or, Yemen or whatever the case may be. And they're willing to do the work for very small amounts of money, you know. So I'd be competing with people who are willing to do jobs for very low amounts of money. So even if I get the job, I'm gonna have to do it for peanuts. So it's not worth it for me. So I quickly stopped applying for Arabic speaking jobs because it just wasn't worth my time. So anyway, I also speak Dutch. So I started applying for Dutch speaking jobs. And the money for Dutch work is much easier, and I was getting a lot of jobs and it was easy to find work, and I'd apply for a job and I'd hear back and things like that. Because here's the thing, and here's my point. So if you speak a language like Spanish or Arabic or Russian or some language, or even a job that's in English, you're gonna have a lot of competition, and you're gonna have a lot of people in very poor countries that are willing to do the work for a lot less than what you're willing to do it for. But if you do live in, let's say, in India or Egypt or Mexico or Brazil or whatever, and the money is worth it for you, then yes, go ahead and apply for those jobs. But if you speak a language like Dutch, for example, or maybe like Swedish or Norwegian or Danish or one of these kind of languages, or maybe French or something like that, then yes, then it's very good. You can make good money, and especially if you speak like these kind of languages like Dutch. Like I said, most of my work that I had in the beginning was Dutch. A lot of people are looking for people who speak Dutch to translate or to do voiceovers, or to do sales calls in Dutch. So I found it very easy to find work with Dutch. So if you speak Dutch or anything like that, Upwork could be very good for you. but I know most of you guys don't speak Dutch or Danish or Norwegian or any of these languages. So let's move on to the next way how Upwork could actually be good for you. Okay, so writing. Another thing that I made good money with was writing, and just writing articles in English. So I've never been a big writer, by the way. I've never been a writer up until the moment I got onto Upwork. I saw that there's a lot of people that are looking for writers, people who are going to write articles about, the news or about a certain subject, or even about like fashion and makeup and beauty, like things I didn't have a clue about these kind of things. I'm a man. I don't know how lipstick, about different types of lipstick or different types of, nails or hair extensions or whatever the case may be. So anyway, but I'd apply for the job, I'd research the subject, I'd write a good proposal, and I would get the job. And I'd research, honestly, I'd find articles online that other people have written, and I'd, take apart from this article, apart from that article, I change the word a little bit, whatever here and there, and I'm good to go. So that's another good way of actually making money, writing articles. And now it's even easier. You have ChatGPT that can help you out. So things have become a lot easier. So another good way to make money on Upwork, I would say, is writing articles. Okay. So anyway, guys, these are just two ways of making money. But when you go onto the website, you can select different types of making money. Sales is another good way to make money. But anyway, I want to get to something important here. How can you, okay, you have your profile up and running, blah, 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 you know what to do. Okay, next thing is you want to actually find jobs. Okay. So when I first started, I had trouble finding jobs. Okay, because when you go onto the page and you click on, whatever, it takes you onto this page and you're on best matches, right? And best matches, so let's say, for example, I want to apply for this job. What's wrong with this job? There's a big problem with this job. I know, okay, I mean, for you, maybe you don't speak Arabic, so that's a problem. But I'm just, forget about that it's an Arabic speaking job. Let's say it's a job that you're interested in. What does it say here? Proposals 50 plus. You know what that means? That means more than 50 people have applied for this job. They've sent a proposal to the client. So if I apply for this job, I'm going to be number 51 or maybe 52 or maybe even number 60. So the chances of this client, reading through 50 proposals and getting to my proposal, number 51, is very unlikely. So don't even bother with a job like this, okay? And that's on top of the fact that it's an Arabic speaking job, so the pay for it is going to be very low. So what's better to do is always go to most recent. Always go to most recent, and then look for jobs that have 5 or less proposals, or at most 5 to 10. Right? These all have less than 5. This one has 5 to 10, but more than 5 to 10, I would say don't even bother. It's just a waste of your time to even apply. Because when you apply, you have to make sure it's a good application. You have to actually read what they're looking for, read the text, and craft so click on it. Okay, they're looking here for short voice recording in English, etc. Read what they're actually looking for, like actually read it. And then when you apply, write a nice, so let's, for example, I'm going to apply, right? So I click on apply now. It takes me to the page to make an application. So you go down, you look at the terms. You can put all the information here. Write a good cover letter, like actually mention things that they mentioned in their information about the job, mention things that they said and stuff like that. Make it very personal, like you're speaking to them directly. Upload your CV. If you have any previous work related to this job, so for example, maybe they're looking for a content writer, maybe they're looking for someone who's going to write an article, attach some work that you've done in the past, and apply, right? But the key thing here is apply for work that has less than 5 proposals. So that's a good way to get started. If you guys want me to go more in detail on, for example, how to actually create a good profile, I can do a video on that. If you guys want me to actually show you guys, like actually live apply for a job and show you guys how I got it, how I went about getting the job, how I took care of the job, how I actually wrote an article for somebody, I can do that as well. But this is just a basic introduction on how you can actually create an account and earn money on Upwork. Is it worth it? Yes, it is worth it. Whether you have a good skill. So for example, let's say you speak Dutch, that's a good skill. That's something good to know. You can definitely earn a good money by speaking Dutch, or like I said, speaking, Norwegian or whatever, one of these languages. If you don't have that, you can still earn good money. You can still earn good money writing articles. You don't need to have any particular skill. But if you have a skill, like for example, I worked in sales, so I also got a lot of sales jobs on Upwork. Sales is also a good way. You don't need any specific skills for sales. You just need to be willing to, pick up the phone for the client and make calls. And also, if you, for example, if you know how to design websites, also these things might sound hard, but guys, believe me, it's not hard at all. Designing a website, you can buy a course very easily on Udemy, and it'll show you in like 2 hours or 3 hours how to actually design a website. Now, there's more that goes into it, but to create a basic website, it doesn't take that long at all. So anyway, what I want to say is a lot of these things might sound hard, but they're not hard at all. It's definitely worth it to go on to Upwork. Be consistent, dedicate, for example, an hour a day to just applying for jobs, to working on your profile, to writing articles, and uploading them onto a Facebook page that you create so that you have a portfolio ready. But I think it's definitely worth it. It's definitely a way how you can make extra money. I made good money on Upwork. Try it out, see how it goes. It's all about consistency. It's not going to happen overnight. It's going to take time. It's going to take some months before you reach a point where you're actually making decent money, but it's definitely worth it. So go on to Upwork, try it out. And if you guys want me to actually, like I said, apply for a job, show you guys how I got it, how I went about, dealing with the job and stuff like that, let me know, and I can definitely do that. But that's it for now. Like the video, subscribe, and yeah, comment and click the bell and let me know what you guys think. All right, thank you very much.